Julianna Margulies says she endured terrifying encounters with Seagal and Harvey Weinstein. These stories are becoming far too common. On Friday, Julianna Margulies appeared on SiriusXM's Just Jenny to discuss her work promoting Erin's Law, which requires all public schools to implement a prevention-oriented child sexual abuse program. During her interview, the Good Wife actress reveals she's had a number of inappropriate experiences in Hollywood, namely with Seagal and Harvey Weinstein. When the thespian was only 23 years old, she says a casting director asked her to run lines with Seagal in his hotel room late at night. Related, Julianna Margulies speaks on her oral sex scene the now 51-year-old remembers. "But, I mean, when I was 23, a casting director, a woman, said, Seagal wants to go over the scene with you in his hotel room at 10 o'clock at night. And I lived in Brooklyn, and I said, oh, I don't do that. I don't travel. I don't have money for a cab. And I didn't. And I said, and I don't take subways late at night. And she says, don't worry, we'll reimburse you. And I'm here, a woman." Unfortunately, the woman was not there, and she was alone with Steven and his gun. "And I got to the hotel at 10:40, and she wasn't there. And he was alone. And he made sure that I saw his gun, which I had never seen a gun in real life. And I got out of there unscathed." As for Weinstein, Margulies was asked to meet the producer in his room at the Peninsula, a common story among Harvey's accusers, where she was led by yet another complicit female assistant. Fortunately, because of her previous experience with Seagal and the fact that she was a successful actress known for her work on her, Julianna knew better. "What's interesting is, I remember distinctly, and I was already on her, and I already had a career. So even though this movie was a huge movie, and I was getting, this is an Oscar kind of movie, and it's between you and one other girl, and Harvey just wants to meet you." And she said, "I'm gonna drop you off at the Peninsula." And I said, "I'm not going up there alone." And I saw, she started to sweat. She was like, "Don't be silly, I'm just going to drop you off, it's gonna be fine." And I said, "Nope, then I'm going home." So she came with me up to the room. She was very nervous. When Margulies and the woman entered the room, she says Harvey was, once again, in a bathrobe and had candles lit and dinner for two. However, when he saw Julianna with the assistant, his demeanor instantly changed. She knocked on the door, and she was standing behind me. And he opened the door, in a bathrobe. I could see that there were candles lit in the room, and there was a dinner for two. And I saw him stare at her, daggers. And so, I turned to see what she had done to deserve that, and I caught her in a shrug like, what could I do? And he looked at me, furious, and he took the door and he said, just wanted to say, good audition. And he slammed the door. And of course I didn't get the part. Hollywood needs to do better. Image via Dennis Van Tine, Dave Bedrosian. Future image when tags, film flickers, icky poo. Julianna Margulies, Legal Matters, Seagal, TV.